Did Mr. Wright recognize the bench in the surveillance footage, or were you able to show him the bench in the surveillance footage?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for hearsay and also confrontation clause.
Sustained. I would throw that.
Always trying to sneak shit in.
Fitting his description anywhere near that bench. And by anywhere near, I mean sitting on or within 1 foot of the bench during the time of the murder.
No, there were no human-like figures around the bench. I saw a cat at one point.
You saw what?
It looked to be a cat.
A cat. You could see a cat on the surveillance video?
Yeah, that's what struck me. It wasn't real high fidelity, but it was the light was bright enough and the fidelity was sufficient to see a feline moseying around the bench. But there was unambiguously there were no people around the bench.
What is this guy's vocabulary? That was the most bizarre vocab I've ever heard about seeing a cat.
And how many times did you watch that video?
But it would have been many times. So every time I watched, I was hoping to see something maybe I hadn't noticed before. The way the light bounces off one of the vehicles, because that was a big part for me. I wanted to figure out what sort of vehicles we were dealing with here. I actually had the video enhanced at one point. Not very often, thankfully. The police don't normally make charges.
Relevant and non-responsive.
Sustained. So sustained. All right. When you say
non-responsive and bolstering.
So there was an event that occurred on the video. I was looking for something specifically based on other evidence in the case, and then as I watched the video during that time frame, I did in fact see what I thought I was going to see.
Did or did not?
I did.
Okay.
And it was a vehicle specifically. There was a certain vehicle, and when I saw it, based on other things that I'd seen, and specifically I'm talking about social media records, photos, and cell phone tower data, I thought I wonder if this person was at the gas station. And when I looked at the footage, I thought, oh, well, I recognize that vehicle from social media. And then as I continued to watch the footage, I recognized one of the people that was inside was a passenger in that vehicle because that person walked into the store and they got close to the camera. And then as other things happened around this vehicle that I recognized in the footage, complete investigative task to figure out who the other people were. I already knew who one of the people was, the person that was driving the vehicle, or I had a strong suspicion as to who was driving the vehicle I was looking for based on cell phone records.
Do you see what I mean by him yapping? So you saw Yacht Gotti walk into the gas station.
So, Madam Court Reporter, and I suspect some of the jurors have informed me that you are speaking a little too fast. Do you mind slowing down and saying what you just said one more time?
Yes, I found a number inside within the phone call logs that were obtained by the Atlanta police.
And this guy, district attorney, how is he this terrible? Giving testimony that is easy to understand for a jury.
Phone numbers of people that may have known something about the homicide and may have been called either on the night of the murder, the day after the murder, 2 days after the murder, whenever they were called.
You're getting really fast again before you're talking, so try to slow down.
Like, what are we doing? 2
calls I was able to retrieve anyway. I think at least 2.
Okay.
They were placed to that number on the night of the murder from an inmate inside the Fulton County Jail, and they were placed after the 8 o'clock p.m. hour.